Oh. Is he's going to advance it. We're going to see it right here. What we do is we say, you know, the name, the inquiry, the title.
Do we kind of like stand to the side and look this way?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can take your masks off when you're. Okay. And then just sit together and then we'll.
Yeah, okay. Maybe up here, right?
Yeah, is that good? I think that's good. Oh.
Everyone else. Celebrate.
I was like singing to the
Yeah, right.
last day of school.
Yeah. All right.
Should I go?
Yeah. Just say good morning and
Okay.
here we go.
Good morning. Good morning, upper schoolers at Breck. Hello. Good morning. In a non-pandemic year, we have had the senior art show in the gallery, right out back with a lovely reception for all to attend. In lieu of that, we are excited to share with you a virtual slideshow of these artists' work. Enjoy. Douglas Bagley, brain padding. I just want to make sure you can hear. I work to find the difference between representation and self-expression while exploring how the permanence of my body plays into that perception. See Pretez Moon, Window, Pilot, Relief Absence, Hypomnesia, Chassis, Unprophesized. I think the yarn is fraying. Inferences. Stories. Mirror. Lot 10, found partially burned through third page. Hull breach. Parallax. Would you leave me here chained and not to gaze at but the stars? Sarah Hatfield, at the edge of my mind. How do my fears and anxieties impact how I view the world and change and distort my perceptions? Hirath, the longing for a cannot return to or a home that never was. Plot holes, serpent of the end. Torn apart at the seams, torn apart twice silenced, black lungs. Ironically lost. Rainbows and roses. The Watcher, Shadow Stalker, 1,000-yard stare. Waned by fire, glitched systems. Nestled in remnant, will you answer the universe's call? Bella Flanders, The Clyde Chronicles. How can journeys, imaginary or real, give insight to our real-world experiences? Soul cleanse in bog waters. Oh, dearest me, Clyde should not turn around. This can't go wrong. It went wrong. Mice and mountain paths. Rainbow connections. Rest now, walk later. Chapel Hall. Ars longa, vida brevis. Art is long, life is short. It's really just a walking stick. Get the skeleton out of him. I can only draw strong women. Researching pathways. How was the trip? Sorry I couldn't join you. Emma Beveridge, piecemeal. How do contrast, cohesion, and obfuscation tie into creating identity? Doljanchi, fortuitous objects. Bouquet for Caron, limits, escape. Oversaturate, lit windows. Roadmap, Frankenstein. Slumber party with bygone selves, Volt Fas. CMY, Chroma, key plate. Tangled triumvirate, wanderer above the swirling sea. Coin toss, brightest night. Will Murphy, the energy between. How can color be activated to express the energy of human interaction? Trap to chains, self in blue. No point of best fit. Beetles of change, color of creativity. Delphic Sibyl as Mother Earth, soaked in scenery, lunar proximity. Energy masked, falling through feeling. Growth of fury, contagious feeling, sugar craze, to do.
Mara Swanson, when feelings bleed through. How can a negative self-image warp the perception of everyday beauty routines, and how can I explore this through mixed media? Mirror of judgment. Alone hairpin, bleeding love. Bullet blender, beauty is pain. Normalcy, aftershock, rope burn, and shattered. Drowning, hanging on, and hidden self. Sophie Wu, smiling depression. How can I display the concept of smiling depression and reveal the cruelty of it with different metaphors and techniques? Rotten oranges. Sneezing heart, beneath the tranquility. SOS, and 52 Hertz whale.
Clayton Haberman. Why do opposites attract us? Queen of Checkers. Airhead. Light versus dark. Stolen land. Artificial intelligence. Annika Heaton Brandt. How can I show a variety of locomotion from early steam trains to modern metros in several different forms of photography? Arcola. Terminus. Blue line. Switchyard. Texture noir. Antiquing. Deck arch. Grace Valley. How does the timing photo trigger certain emotions? Splash. Rush hour. Night stripes. Shower. Angst. Sieve. Star Spangled Banner. Morning. Takeoff.
Studio 2 portfolios. Okay, Lucas Lewin Mills, window. How are figure, pattern, and color interrelated? Familiar faces. Selective hearing. Vibrant soul. State of being. Setting the scene. What lies beneath. Cindy and Ephraim, simple pleasures. How can I convey the everyday pleasures in life through color and movement? Forbidden candy. Bounded. Sunset treasure. Another day, perpetually undone.
Emily Zumwinkle, happiness. How do I create things that challenge me while recreating some of my favorite things? Minnesota nice. A glazing donut. A sky full of stars. City skyline. Willow Milchman. How can I incorporate collage into my ceramics? Dragon vase. Newspaper cup, desert vessel. Garden planter. Butterfly piece, and orange slime. Pally hopping. How can I use patterns and line to add detail and enhance the design of my pieces? Rock sculpture. 3 pitchers, 42-inch bottle. Bubble bowl, and Dongo mountain piece.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Roberson, Ms. Sager, Ms. Affleck. What a wonderful way to open our program this morning. I'd like to begin by reading from our anthology of prayers and poems. We come together this morning, O God, to remind each other, to rest for a moment at the forming edge of our lives, to resist the headlong tumble into the next moment, until we claim for ourselves awareness and gratitude, taking the time to look into one another's faces and see there communion, the reflection of our own eyes. I start this morning by thanking all of the members of our Student Council and our Community Action Committee and Ms. Schmidt for a fantastic, fun, field day, old-fashioned field day, and service day yesterday. Thank you very much. And let's face it, it is mighty wonderful to have those masks down outside and look into people's faces. It is amazing how much we learn once we can see people's noses and mouths along with their eyes. It is quite wonderful. I see today as a celebration for all of you upper school students at Breck and your teachers in a year that threw us one challenge after another. You have all stayed the course and you have run across the finish line. Yesterday, as I was sitting in my office and looking out at those wonderful bees who are busy every day, I was reminded of the first moment I walked in there and saw those bees. As I sat there, I was thinking, there are so many memories from this year, and I want to try to highlight some of them this morning. I can see from the very beginning of my time at Breck, that field house filled with bags that Mr. Burgundy so carefully COVID-focused, removed from your lockers, placed in those bags, and labeled with your names. You weren't able to come into the field house. We brought those bags out to you in your cars and handed them to you as carefully as we could without touching. You masked and we masked. This introduction to Breck was followed by countless meetings where we focused on the reopening of school. I developed a whole related COVID vocabulary to describe these experiences. Contact tracing, mitigation protocols, pivoting, social distancing, my least favorite of all, aerosolization, room capacity, cohorts. Keep that word in mind. I'm going to come back to it later. It was an introduction to the limitless planning that was going to shape our lives here at Breck during the course of the year. And I remember clearly a meeting, I think it was in August, after the deans and I had worked so carefully to create this concept of cohorts. But at the same time, realizing that in these cohorts, you were going to be separated from friends in another cohort, and that maybe we could come together on Wednesdays. Every other Wednesday, we'd have all the seniors and juniors, and then the next Wednesday, all the 9th graders and 10th graders, and we thought this was such a wonderful compromise until John Cardwell very carefully reminded us that would totally destroy the purpose of the cohorts, which was to keep us separate. And at that moment, I thought I'd better listen carefully to the students at Breck School because they're going to keep me in line and keep us focused on what's really important. We also learned from students what traditions were incredibly important and what we needed to keep so that we could maintain some semblance of the normal in our lives here. We figured out ways to bring seniors together with their first grade partners. We created really a remarkable homecoming thanks to all of the participants in our senior leadership team and in our administration. Our science department reworked their experiments in order to engage distance learners in order to maintain those COVID protocols. Our athletic department worked diligently so that we could maintain our athletic program, and all of you agreed to those incredibly complex mitigation procedures, and many of you formed your own bubbles, your teams, in order to protect your games so that they could move forward without COVID spread. And we created some new traditions. Many of them, I'm sure, will live on. The breezy brunch and poetry reading last week, and yesterday's old-fashioned field day. In addition, there were moments that students came together in their interest to action projects, and I think that whole concept of student agency began to weave through our lives together here at Breck. Our teachers explored a myriad of tech platforms to engage their students. Words I had never heard before, but will carry with me forevermore. Jamboard, Kahoots, Quizlet. Slide decks became part of everyday practice so that we could maintain links between students who were virtual and students who were here at school. That took hours of planning on the part of our teachers, and I am so grateful for the time they spent so creatively to bring those ideas together. We found ways to organize back to school night, student, parent, teacher conferences that were conducted virtually thanks to the work of our tech department. I was introduced to slide deck, to Flipgrid, to, once again, more technology than I had ever known. Our performing arts department created virtual concerts and plays, practice routines that involved technology in new and creative ways, and kept that whole amazing program going. As a school, we faced the impact of George Floyd's death and the unleashing of long-held anger against a society riven by racial disparities. The COVID epidemic had already revealed that communities of color had been hit harder than other communities in our country. Floyd's death ignited recognition of all the other discrepancies of treatment on the basis of race that occur in this country. Our faculty engaged in summer workshops on anti-racism practices, reflecting on our own attitudes and experiences, and working to understand ways we could hold ourselves accountable. We learned about intent and impact, a concept that really has carried us through this year, thinking about our words before we deliver them, recognizing that they may come from a certain space in us, but we have to think about who is listening, who is hearing these words. Our design impact core team, one that includes students, alums, faculty, and parents, has provided guidelines for our work as we move ahead. We are committed to following through on their goals of bringing us together in an inclusive, equitable community. In your advisories and grade level meetings, all of you students participated in discussions where tough topics were front and center. More of you participated as leaders in these opportunities. You have stepped up to the plate, you have listened to your own experiences, and you have shared them with us. You have taken on leadership roles in so many ways this year, preparing chapel presentations to bring topics of identity, inclusion, and belonging front and center. Our work has only begun, but it has begun, and with a new focus and dedication. We could see that student leadership as well in the way you worked closely with faculty to create that incredible set of workshops and talks for Martin Luther King Jr. Day and for Environmental Day. Students also collaborated with faculty on X-Block classes, and on that wonderful women's retreat in the fall and the Girls Power retreat for our middle school girls last month. Your energy, your dedication, your care, your honesty, and your courage infused this school with a spirit that will carry forward for years to come in ways we can only imagine. This is your practice, to be the leaders of the world in front of you, carrying on this tradition of understanding and community. There is no question that we have all had moments of sadness, of feeling completely overwhelmed, of loss, even of despair some days, when we were worried about what would come next. When would we have to go distance again? When would this virus hit a member of our family or even ourselves? There is no glossing over those dark days. I'm sure every one of us had a day when we wondered if we could keep up the fight. And in those moments, I would remember the words of Rilke: "Let everything happen to you, beauty and terror. Just keep going. No feeling is final." We're here today to celebrate the fact that we did keep going. We learned new dimensions of ourselves, discovered new friendships, learned and listened and added new facts to our repertoires, and we thought a lot about identity. Who am I? Who are you? Who are we? In the years ahead, you will become known as the cohort born between 2002 and 2007, who were in high school at the time of the COVID-19 pandemic. People will interview you, your children will ask questions. They'll want to know about your memories. I urge you to keep always with you that amazing In Our Nature yearbook that is filled with those stories, those memories, and that COVID vocabulary. I thank you all for teaching me more about myself this year in these last 12 months than in my prior years. And as we well know, there are many of those prior years. And that's probably I look back and I think probably this was the hardest year of work I ever have had. But I was always challenged, always discovering new technology skills, thanks to AJ Coliani and all the rest of the crew. I was always meeting wonderful new people and collaborating with an amazing group of colleagues. We are so thankful for you seniors, for your steady presence and your leadership during these months. Your speeches inspired and taught us. And I loved looking out my window and seeing you in the senior commons, because every day you reminded me why we were working so hard to keep us all together. I'm grateful to our buildings and grounds people under the direction of Mr. Bleasy and Mr. Walker for taking such incredible care of our building during this year. I am grateful beyond belief to our remarkable faculty and administrative staff for everything they have contributed. And I will forever be indebted to Chris Ohm and the upper school dean team, Rob Johnson, Susan Graham, Stacy Tepp, Carla Davies-Vu, and Kelly Chorness for their collaborative spirits and creative ideas and encouragement. And now, as we turn to honoring our student colleagues who have, in the midst of this year of COVID, created excellent writing, completed fine research, performed enthusiastically, and contributed generously to this community. Today as well, we honor each and every one of you who stayed the course, who came to class, who participated in sports and theater and chorus and orchestra and band and art. In his commencement address at Duke University last month, John Legend reminded everyone that we all do better when we all do better. So as we participate in this upper school closing with awards for students with special achievements, know that all of you have a part in this celebration, for showing up, for working hard, for supporting your peers, and for your own fine work during this memorable 2020-2021 school year. You have demonstrated, all of you, students, faculty, staff, resilience, tenacity, care, imagination, and kindness. It is a year to remember indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Some of you don't know this, but I'm prone to tears, and so far I've done pretty well for myself. I'm damn proud. Okay. Now, since everyone is seated in your advisory positions, we're going to do some interesting choreography this morning. When the English department is reading their awards for our English receivers, the history department will come to the front and sort of wait over in this corner, trying very carefully not to get in front of the student who's winning the award. And we'll follow that pattern as much as possible. We're really going to try to wing it, but we just thought it was important for all of you this last time to be together in your advisories. So I'm happy this morning to introduce Miss Katie Shearer, one of the Shearer family triumvirate working here at Breck, who is going to introduce our English awards. Katie.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Shout out to Gavin Lubke, because this is like my last chance to do this, my nephew. Awesome. It's fun to kick this off. All right, so I'm going to get her going. We have first up the English Achievement Award, presented by Megan Shakow. This is awarded annually to the student in grade 11 who best combines a high degree of ability in English expression, both written and spoken, with outstanding personal qualities. There's my face. This award goes to Nicole Blake. The next award is the Excellence in Expository Essay Writing Award, presented by Gretchen Scherer. It is awarded annually to a student who has demonstrated excellence in the writing of expository essays. This award goes to Caroline Headland. The next award is the Distinction in Journalism Award. Don't go far, Ms. Scherer. This is awarded annually to the student who has demonstrated dedication to writing, editing, journalism, and the Breck Bugle. The award goes to Lily Emerson. This next award is the Excellence in Creative Writing Award, presented by Ms. Breezy. It is awarded annually to a student who has demonstrated excellence in the writing of fiction, creative nonfiction, or poetry. The award goes to Maeve Lichtenberg. The next award is the Breck Trustee English Award, presented by Dallas Crow. It is awarded annually by the trustees of Breck School to the senior student who shows excellence in English. This award goes to David Gorman. The English Departmental Distinction Award is awarded annually to students who have earned academic distinction in the English department. Can you wait for me to applaud while I read all of their names? Mia Penn, Noah Getnick, Ava Rowe, Ingrid Wilson, and Will Bay. Y'all can come up and receive your awards. Where'd you go? Kidding. Yeah, come on up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I feel like we should keep clapping, you know. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Scher. Our history awards will be introduced by Dr. Susan Graham.
All right, this year's History Awards are as follows. Colonel Porter P. Wiggins History Award is named after Colonel Wiggins, who is a commandant at Breck School at the Como Avenue campus. This award is presented to the senior student who has shown the most outstanding ability in history. This year's recipient is Caroline Headland. The next History Award is the Breck Trustee History Award. It is awarded annually by the trustees of Breck School to the student who shows excellence in history. This year's recipient is McKenna Quam. The History Book Award is given to us by the Harvard University. The book is donated by Harvard University, and it's awarded to a history student in grade 11 for outstanding scholastic attainment, character, and achievement. This year's recipient is Sawyer Garrison. And then I'm going to ask the same, that you hold your applause. The next awards I'm going to announce are the History Department Distinction Awards. So there'll be 4 recipients, 1 from each grade. It's awarded annually to students who have earned academic distinction in the History Department. The 4 recipients this year are Noah Getnick, Lily Alawalia, Loti Gameta, and Grace Valley.
Our Math Department awards will be introduced by Mr. Brad Peterson.
The John Nelson Mathematics Award will be presented by Lissy Nichols. Mr. Nelson was a math teacher and department head at Breck for approximately 35 years, and this award is given to a senior who has demonstrated excellence in mathematics, and this year it goes to Ben Crowell. The Richard Yonker Mathematics Award is presented by Stacy Tepp. Mr. Yonker served as a math teacher at Breck School from 1962 to 1999, including many years as the department head, and was a presidential awardee for excellence in mathematics and achievement, the text is wrong. Excellence in mathematics teaching. This is a significant presentation for me because Mr. Yonker died of COVID last June, shortly after our last award ceremony. The award is presented to a junior student in recognition of high achievement in mathematics, and the recipient is Amrita Paul. The Mathematics Community Impact Award is presented by Lissy Nichols, and it is awarded annually to a student who uses mathematics or statistics for the betterment of Breck School, a partner organization, or the community at large. This award recognizes both the quality of the work and the impact on those affected, and this year's recipient is Will Murphy. Citizenship in Mathematics Award is presented by Laura Burdine. It's awarded annually to a student who enriches the mathematical life of Breck School in any or all of the following ways: contributing to the success of classes or clubs, extending help to peers, embracing productive struggle, or exhibiting a growth mindset. This year's two recipients are Melanie Oden and Andrew Fullerton. The Mathematics Book Award is presented by Mary Gentry, and it is awarded to a junior student who, in addition to maintaining high scholastic achievement in mathematics, has made significant contributions to the school and community at large. The book is donated by Yale University, and the recipient is James Pan. Mathematics Departmental Distinction Awards are awarded annually to students who have earned academic distinction in the math department. This year's four recipients are Jessica Beestrom, James McGarry, Sarah Peterson, and Noah Getnick.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. And our World Language Awards will be announced by Mr. Sebastian Sanwa.
The World Languages Book Award, presented by Julie Manrique, is awarded annually to a student in grade 9, 10, or 11 who has proven excellence in the World Language program at Breck School, while also exhibiting qualities of leadership and citizenship. And this year it goes to Nicole Blake. The Virginia McKnight Binger Award, presented by Frederick Schmidt, is awarded annually to the senior who has shown the greatest proficiency in world language, and this year it goes to Peyton Affett. The Michael Uram Spanish Award, presented by Carolina Olaya. Michael Uram was a devoted teacher, coach, and director of transportation at Breck for 45 years. This award is given to a student for outstanding achievement in 3 years of Spanish, and this year it goes to Amaryllis Hennessy. The Modern World Languages Department Distinction Award are awarded annually to students who have earned academic distinction in the World Languages Department. We have 4 recipients: Amrita Pal, Zilan Brown, Jessica Bistrom, and Ingrid Wilson.
Thank you, Sebastian. Ms. Sharon Mazion will introduce our Performing Arts Awards.
This year's Performing Arts Excellence Award will be presented by Paul Coate and is awarded to a student in grades 9, 10, or 11 for excellence in the area of performing arts. This year's recipient is Logan Schooneman. The Performing Arts Book Award will be presented by Claudette Laureano. Awarded to the junior student who has shown outstanding ability in the performing arts, it will be a book donated by Dartmouth College. This year's recipient is Gabrielle Johansson. The Charles Krenz Creative Art Award will be presented by Risa Cohen. It is awarded annually to the senior who has fully utilized his or her creative ability in one or more of the following areas: music, dance, and/or drama. This year's recipient is Ayla Jones. Performing Arts Departmental Distinction Awards. Hold tight while we read the many names. They will be presented by Claudette Laureano, Paul Coate, Risa Cohen, and Paul will also present on behalf of Ms. Hanson. This year's recipients are, this award is awarded annually to students who have earned academic distinction in the Performing Arts Department. Our awardees this year are Quentin Steves, Alexis McIntosh, Amrita Powell, Max Ansari, Will Murphy, and Nora Madsen.
Thank you, Ms. Mazion. Now, Ms. Alexis Kent will introduce the Religion Awards.
The Mrs. Reuben L. Anderson Sacred Studies Award will be presented by Mr. Rob Johnson. Mrs. Anderson was a Breck parent and her husband served on the board for several years. This award is given to the senior who has demonstrated the greatest interest and proficiency in sacred studies in our religion department. This year's recipient is Sarah Hatfield. The L. Paxton Meeker Award will be presented by John Bellamy. Mr. Meeker was a business manager at Breck School, and this award is presented to the student in grade 9, 10, or 11, who in the judgment of the department symbolizes excellence in Christian citizenship. This year's recipient is Sydney McDaniel. The McGill Public Speaking Award will be introduced by Ms. Andrea O'Connell. The award is annually presented to the student who has demonstrated excellence in public speaking. This year's recipient is Melanie Oden.
Thank you, Ms. Kent. Dr. Brian Trussell will introduce our science awards.
Science Achievement Award. Awarded to the senior student for outstanding academic achievement and contribution to the science department during their time here at Breck. The recipient is Ben Crowell. The Science Leadership and Achievement Award, presented by Dr. Katie Craigtorp, is awarded to the student who has shown leadership and advocacy in science. This year's recipient is Ayers Warren. The Science Book Award, presented by Sarah Sobas, is awarded to a junior student for outstanding scholarship and involvement in science. The recipient this year is Jimmy Cook. The Science Award of Excellence, presented by Deb Mixon, is awarded to a sophomore who has shown outstanding ability in science. This year's recipient is Mina Adebag. The Science Department Distinction Awards, presented by Ben Lamp and Brian Wright, are awarded annually to students who have earned academic distinction in the science department. Nathan DeMichaelis, Amira Sinclair, Corinne Morand, and Annika Wilson.
Thank you, Dr. Trussell. The Visual Arts Awards will be introduced by Michael Sager.
Okay. The Charles Krentz Creative Arts Award will be presented by Karina Affleck. These awards are awarded annually to the senior who has fully utilized his or her creative ability in the visual arts. And this year we have two recipients, Douglas Bagley and Sophie Wu. And Sophie is in China. I hope she is watching this stream and we will get this award to her. The Visual Arts Book Award will be presented by Karina Affleck, and it is awarded annually to the senior who has shown outstanding ability in the visual arts. And the recipient is Sarah Hatfield. The Smith Book Award will be presented by Justin Robertson, and it is awarded to a student in grade 9, 10, or 11 for excellence in the area of visual arts. And this year's recipient is Zaria Williams. The Carolyn Glasso-Bailey Class of 87 Artists will be presented by Justin Robertson and Karina Affleck. This is awarded to the students in the upper school that have demonstrated outstanding ability in two-dimensional, three-dimensional, or digital arts and displayed a passion for the arts community at Breck. As part of a committee, awardees will share these talents with the greater Breck community. This year's recipients are Matthew Beretska, Sadie Nelson, and Fiona Riley. The Visual Arts Department Distinction Award will be presented by Justin Robertson and Karina Affleck. This is awarded annually to the upper school students who have shown outstanding ability in the visual arts. And these students are Annika Heaton-Brandt, Hallie Hopping, Bella Flanders, and Leomara Swanson. Thank you.
Mr. Burgundy will introduce the Athletics Awards.
This year's Athletic Awards will be presented by our Director of Alumni Affairs, Mr. Kyle Parsons. The Alan Dunn Trophy. Alan Dunn is an alumnus of the class of 1952. This trophy is awarded annually to the male and female students in grade 9, 10, or 11 who, through efforts as members of an athletic squad, have demonstrated outstanding qualities of courage, athletic proficiency, loyalty, leadership, and a strong desire to improve as athletes and as students. This year's recipients, Ava Lindsay and Xander Williams. The Fred B. Anderson Athletic Trophy, awarded annually to the male and female in the senior class who, on the basis of ability, teamwork, sportsmanship, and a hard effort, are judged to be the best athletes in the class. This year's recipients, Britt Helgus and Beau Cornier.
The David Hancock Yearbook Award will be presented by Kristen Markert. It is awarded to a student in the upper school for outstanding achievement and service to Breck School in the field of school publications. This award is presented in memory of the son of the late Mrs. Barry Hancock, who was a longtime teacher at Breck School. The recipients this year are Ayla Jones and Shania Newton. Next, we move to Citizenship Awards, and the first two awards will be read by Mr. Ohm, and a service award will be read by Frederick Schmidt.
Mustang Minute Editor-in-Chief. This award is Editor-on-Chief of the Mustang Minute, the informational email that is sent out 5 days a week to the upper school students and the faculty and staff is the main form of communication for the upper school. This year's recipient is Trisha Samba. The Upper School Student Integrity Council, given to the students and faculty who have participated in the Upper School Student Integrity Council in recognition for their service and dedication to their fellow students, faculty, and school. Please hold your applause until the end. Seniors, President Josh Furman, Will Sweeney, Sahana Majapudi, David Gorman, Will Bay, Ishan Nadkarni. Juniors, Ayers Warren, Izzy Pink, Tori Reesberg. Sophomores, Sydney McDaniel, Zach Furman, Ava Rowe. Faculty, Leah Malik, Dallas Crow.
The Service Award is awarded to students who have demonstrated outstanding service to the school, fellow students, and the greater community during the 2020-2021 school year. The recipients are Megan Englert, Maddie McDermott, Aiko Sims, Danny Suggs, Jai Thibodeau, and Kendall White. My mask is off. The Bowdoin College Book Award is awarded to a junior who makes valuable contributions to their communities and demonstrates an understanding of Bowdoin values. Through collaboration and civil discourse, service to the common good, and a passion for discovery and innovative thinking. The recipient for this award goes to Kai Miller for all of her work with sweet potato comfort pie this year. And she's home on campus, so Kai, we love you.
This year, we have a unique distinction that we don't get to give every year, but we want to recognize that Hannah Polidal has been accepted to West Point and will be attending. We are very proud of this distinction. It comes with our missional commitment to making sure that students achieve the college of their choice that matches their gifts and their talents, and that is certainly the case in this situation. So because of this, I'd like to read a few words from Lee Anderson, West Point class of 1961, fourth generation Breck graduate in 1957. He is a trustee emeritus. Hannah, it has been a long-standing tradition for Breck to send representatives of our senior class to the U.S. Military Academy. In the 40s, 50s, and 60s, it had to do with the fact that Breck was a boys' military school. I remember Colonel Wiggins reminding me that the honor of going to West Point was above anything else on this earth. For many of us, that feeling still exists. This year, Breck is again honored to have Hannah Polidal accepted as a member of the class of West Point 2024. Hannah, please come up so we can recognize your accomplishment. Congratulations.
This award is in recognition of Colin Bynum. And a message comes from Jill Schertz, who is past president of the Board of Trustees and a graduate of West Point. Congratulations, Colin. Your selection to the University of Richmond's prestigious military program reflects not only the hard work and dedication you've demonstrated during your years at Breck, but also a recognition of your character and leadership skills. Congratulations on choosing a path of service to stand tall to preserve the freedom and liberty that is the bedrock of our nation. While there will no doubt be difficult challenges along the way, you are well prepared to join the U.S. Army Officer Corps and assume your place among those who have taken the oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. From all of us who have served, thank you for the courage of your choice, and we look forward to welcoming you to our ranks. Colin. The international awards will be presented by Jean Wong. This year, each international student, far and near, receives this award for their effort to learn about American culture and their perseverance in keeping up with their schoolwork in very challenging times and circumstances. It's also awarded to these students in recognition of their contributions to international awareness in the Breck community. And remember, many of our students abroad were staying up into the night in order to participate virtually in our classes. This year's international students are Sean Chen, Michael Janako, Evan Lin, Logan Nguyen, Judy Wang, Jason Wu, and Sophie Wu. Thank you. The next awards were voted by the Breck Upper School faculty. The first award is the James and Kathleen Lockhart Memorial Award. It will be presented by Mr. Chris Ohm. It is awarded annually in memory of James and Kathleen Lockhart to a senior exhibiting outstanding school spirit and leadership. The recipient this year is Simeon Ephraim. Yeah, you want to take a picture? The Robbie Monick Memorial Award will be presented by Mr. Ohm. It is awarded to the senior student who has embraced life with enthusiasm and sense of humor, expressed an interest in and concern for others, and through curiosity, determination, and commitment, used his or her talents to the test of their ability. The recipient this year is William Sweeney. The Timothy Randall and Todd Allen Hitchcock Award will be presented by Mr. Ohm. Timothy Hancock, class of 1959, invested his heart and soul in a special time, in a special love, Breck School. He generously gave his time, money, and expertise to Breck as president of Breck's Board of Trustees from 1980 to 1984. He was a guiding force in relocating the school to Golden Valley, positioning the school for future success and growth. He passed away in 1998. Todd Hitchcock graduated with the class of 1989 and passed away at the age of 24. Todd loved sports, and he received no greater pleasure than seeing young children develop athletic skills. There were many instances when Todd was a mentor to younger children, and he always had time for them. This scholarship is presented annually to the graduating senior who has been the most effective mentor for younger students during his or her years in Breck's upper school. And the recipient this year is Joseph Purvis III. The Citizenship Award, presented by Mr. Ohm, Ms. Tepp, Dr. Graham, and Mr. Johnson, is awarded annually to the student in each grade who has demonstrated devotion to the school, as well as excellence in citizenship, scholarship, and extracurricular activities. The plaques are donated by Trinity College, Hobart College, Dartmouth College, and Yale University. The recipients this year, 9th grade, Corey Thibodeau. Tenth grade, Ava Rowe. Eleventh grade, Elise Penn and Fiona Riley. And in 12th grade, Melanie Oden. The Kristen M. Mead Memorial Award, which is voted by the senior class, this year will be presented by Mr. Johnson. Kristen Mead attended Breck since the 4th grade, and she was an active member of the class of 1990. She passed away tragically a year and a half after graduating from Breck. Her friends and classmates have established this special award to honor her memory. This award is given to a member of the senior class who was chosen by his or her classmates. This person displays enthusiasm for life, devotion to academics, and genuine concerns toward others. And this year's award goes to Britt Helgas. The Breck Alumni Award will be presented by Mr. Parsons. This award is presented by the Breck Alumni Association. It is awarded to the student in grade 9, 10, or 11 who has shown great devotion and service to the school. This prestigious award is the underclassman equivalent of the Hauptcup and is chosen by faculty. And this year's recipient is Kendall Weatherspoon. The Robert J. Arthune Award will be presented by Mr. Ohm. Robert Arthune was an assistant headmaster at Breck. This award is presented annually to the male and female students who best exemplify dedication, effort, and loyalty to Breck School. And the recipients are Ayers Warren and Will Murphy. Yeah, all three. The McCall Academic Award will be presented by Mr. Ohm. It is awarded to the senior student who has been at Breck for all 4 upper school years and at graduation leads the class in scholarship. This year, the award goes to George Richards.
I have the honor of awarding the final recognition this morning, but I cannot let this moment pass without taking a moment on behalf of our entire school to thank all of you for your hard work. The fact that you are here in these chairs says everything to your faculty and staff who has worked tirelessly to create the kind of experience that culminates in this moment today. I am incredibly proud of you. And seniors, we have a lot of celebrations to come. We are incredibly proud and happy for you. All right, the final award is the Hopt Cup. This award is named for the Reverend Charles Hopt, who served as Breck's head of school from 1917 until 1938. He conferred the first 5 diplomas upon Breck graduates and oversaw the move to 3 different campuses. His tenacity and commitment to Breck laid the foundation for what our school is today. This award is given to the student in grade 12 who has shown the greatest devotion and service to our school, a role model who exemplifies intellectual curiosity, self-knowledge, and social responsibility. Congratulations, Britt Helgus. Okay, it was a little bit of a trick. There is one more thing. Mr. Ohm.
Thank you, Dr. Mann. Ms. Liana, if we could have you sit right here in this chair, please. You guys could be right behind her, that'd be great. The Breck chair signifies excellence. There is no better person to don this chair than Miss Liana. Who is this? I thought that to myself. You see, a few years ago, when the school was looking towards the future and hiring our wonderful head of school, Dr. Hernandez, I had the luxury of being introduced to this person you see in this chair. A new board member with little or no connection to this school? Who is this? Serving on that committee was the start of a wonderful and perfect relationship. Grace, elegance, empathy, intelligence, poise. Miss Liana, you have led Breck Upper School with all of those things. It is my honor to close this year by showing you what you have meant to this beloved community. I'd like to end with a new version of one of all of our favorites, a Lanisa blessing. May the road rise to your cabin. May the winds of our student voices be always at your back. May the sun of our wonderful faculty shine upon your heart. May the rains of our parent and alum community fall soft upon your memories. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Thank you, Miss Liana. We love you, Miss Liana, and best wishes ahead, Miss Liana.
I held it up till then. I need to say something from the perspective of 77 years. Something happens in schools like Breck because at the core, there is true and total love and devotion. And we have truly seen some tough times this year. I ask you all, remember what you've learned, to think always about the needs of the people around you, to look carefully into their faces once again and cherish every moment you look into those faces, and keep Breck in your heart as you move forward. Thank you for a year to remember forever. Thanks.
She said, will you dismiss? I'll dismiss. I said, sit down. You are dismissed. Have a great summer, seniors. We'll see you next week.
Nicely done. There you have it. Good job, Asada.